So welcome back to round 6. Hope you are doing well, and we've just come off the back of a first victory for Williams in their seasons, in the 3 seasons that they've been with us. Lance Stroll last time out, going to take victory with Porsche back in P6. So absolutely fantastic, and it's another track that should suit us very nicely, being Imola. So what we're going to do is we do have the new ATR hours available, so we are going to plough into what is our new upgrade. What we're going to have a look at, we'll probably take a look maybe at the, suspension was struggling beforehand. Let's take a look, see if this is what we want to go for. We're going to put all our hours into it because it does help the drag reduction if we do. Let's just move this down. We do get some acceleration back off it, but I do want a bit more. I'm just testing the acceleration because that's what I want to feel like I want to bring up. And we can get low speed and everything. Okay. What are we designing at the minute? Underfloor chassis, rear wing, side pods as well. Let's go rear wing. You can see this is going to be a lot more difficult to improve. And I feel like we probably could. Bring that down. So there we go. So this is what I'm going to focus on. I think rear wing, because we're going to improve that part. So we're going to go bring that down. So let's take a look at rating. What does it currently do? +1. Dirty air tolerance is up as well. We can make that, I reckon, a bit better. Look at that top speed going up now as well. So I think, we do lose the acceleration, as you've just noted. Not by a lot, though. I don't know how. No, we didn't have any acceleration there anyway, did we? Ignore me. DRS delta goes up too. We do lose the low speed. We'll keep the low speed. That looks nice to me. Low speed is just affecting the dirty air tolerance. We'll keep it there. Just lose out on high speed slightly, but we're in P1. Medium speed, we are going to gain, and I'm going to go there. We're just getting up the +1s here. High speed, I think we lose there. Acceleration we didn't have anyway, but I'm not going to worry about that much at the minute, because this is what we're going to focus on. We want to probably do that. Can we go higher than that? No, I don't want to take that off. Do I want to go 2 DRS when we're third anyway? Or maybe 4. I'm going to go there. So top speed up 3. 1 for everything else. We've got 2 engineers. When's this going to be ready for? We can get it done just before Barcelona. Well, just after Barcelona. And we can probably then manufacture. So I'm going to go at 2.1 million. I'm happy to do that upgrade, which is nice. And we should get us nicely on the way. So that is our car parts basically upgraded. Our car is good to go as well. And looking at the board just to see what we're at the moment, they are happy, they are delighted. You can see the results so far. We did go debt and cost cap break at one point, but disappointed in Bahrain and Melbourne, but delighted and happy and satisfied in the others. Just show you the cost cap. Yep, 86 million currently remaining. And we're just going to have a look at pit crew. They are exhausted at the moment, but they're just finishing off their monthly program. So chassis we've got stocked up now as well. So we did do another run with Porsche on the same hard tyres, and it looks like we are going to get through. The pace doesn't look amazing at the moment. It is 3 tenths off what is Charles Leclerc. So maybe a bit of ground to find, but we only run once with Lance Stroll, twice with Theo. So that's okay, and we're going to go out on mediums this time to start Q2. We'll get out there straight away again. Hopefully put in a decent time. Maybe we won't have to worry again. Leclerc's coming out though. Great minds think alike going early. And no other cars are going to come out. So clean lap ahead of us for Stroll and for Porsche. No excuses. It's a 12.9 for Lance Stroll. Porsche doing 2 tenths slower, and that's not too bad. That is a 1:13.1 for Mr. Porsche. So I think this might actually see us through. I've sent Porsche again, who's got some nice clear air, just for another lap time, see if he can improve. Stroll's gone purple, purple. Pourchaire's going green, green. Stroll takes pole at the minute in Q2. And we're looking for an improvement from Pourchaire to make sure that he gets through into Q3. It's probably his only chance of getting through here, and his only chance to improve even. As he goes across the line, it's a good time. It's down to P1 and P3. We're looking good again. And to be fair, it always looks good until Max Verstappen comes along. He takes P1 in the session again. 12-7, but only just. It is close. Very, very close as we go into Q3. Can we fight Verstappen for pole again? Stroll's going to go out, as always, early. We're going to send both cars. Come on, boys. Let's see what you've got. Good times is absolutely crucial. Cars not coming out, so 2 early lap times here. And let's see what sort of lap we do. It's a 12.4 for Stroll. And Pourchaire only a couple of attempts back. So 1 more run to go. Let's see where we line up for our final run of Q3. Sainz goes 3 attempts off. So we are sending very late. Everybody is together. Everyone's going to be getting slipstreams here. And actually, I think Stroll's got a McLaren ahead of him. I mean, this could back up pretty... I mean, we're P2 and P5 at the moment. So worst case scenarios, if no one improves, we're okay. Pourchaire has got the Red Bull, so if he's going to get a toe off one of the fastest cars on the grid, that is the car to pick. And I think it is Max Verstappen who is going to get the toe from. Mercedes, wow, you have seriously just put the brakes on as you start your lap and go into the pits. I mean, it's going to ruin the Ferrari's time, but what a muppet. Why would you put the brakes on so hard? Pourchaire, I mean, we've gone purple for Stroll, 22.8. Pourchaire is surely not going to be improving. 23.0, no chance. It's a terrible, terrible lap start for Pourchaire. But Stroll goes purple in the first sector, getting this toe off the Red Bull. He goes purple in sector 2 as well. 24.6. Pourchaire, 24.8, well off the pace because of that mistake by that car of, I think it was Sainz. Down the line we go, down the straight. Is it going to be? It is pole at the moment. It is pole again, I think. Lance Stroll is on fire. Look at that. We get a nice toe. I think it was off the McLaren for Stroll. It is P1. It is P6. Theo couldn't improve because he got done on the brakes by Sainz, sadly. But, oh, we are in again for a chance. So both cars set up now for the race. We're going medium hard, and we're actually going to go to hard for Pourchaire. We're going to try and play that longer game so he's quick again at the end. So hopefully he can keep in the running. It is pole position for Lance Stroll, who is absolutely on fire this year so far in our new beautiful Gulf livery improved Williams. It is time to get racing here. Can we keep on going? Battle assist for both cars, and he looks like he's got a decent start, Lance Stroll. That is what we needed as we go on board. We've got the Red Bull right behind, and I think we are going to keep the lead. We do. Into turn 1 we go. Pourchaire side by side in the outside though, and he's currently in P5 potentially. This is going to settle down. It could end in disaster. And I tell you what, Perez has got a great exit, but we're just going to stay ahead. Pourchaire side by side still with the Ferrari of Russell. And we are now looking like we've potentially got him, but the Ferrari's coming back on the mediums. But we just survive. Pourchaire's up to P5. Stroll is in the lead still. And we've got Perez and everybody on pretty much mediums and a couple of hards out there as well. And it was actually Pourchaire who did the fastest lap of the race, interestingly, on the hard tyres. So this settles down. And we're just going to keep pushing because everybody pushes at the start of the race. But at the minute, we've got a couple of attempts to Perez, who's got a very quick Red Bull. Obviously, we are quick as well. But with a Red Bull in your slipstream, you know they are going to be right on your tail. They're probably checking out our car, even probably taking photos at this point to try and see if they can get the edge. But Perez all over the back, and he's going to try and move before the last corner. That is not going to happen as we go down the straight. You would imagine this is inevitable as we hit DRS that opens, and still we're on the same percentage of tyres. Perez pushing a little bit harder at the moment. Pourchaire is right behind the Ferrari, and what we're going to do is just turn off the battle assist nice and early. We are going to probably have to top up shortly on the ERS. We're going to do that now. We might lose a position or so, But out of that corner we go to the chicane, and Pourchaire is bang there. No more overtake, we know that. That's why we are conserving off. And Stroll is around 4 tenths clear. This could be the time, though, that this Red Bull, look how fast it is as we go on board. Another fight for the lead, and that fight for the lead is overdone by the Red Bull of Sergio Perez. Charles Leclerc is in P3. I don't know why he's saying we're so bad. It's a Red Bull that's just overtaken you, mate. Get a grip. Get a grip. So we're going to cut down whilst we're so close behind. Pourchaire, we're going to stay on a... We're going to cut down as well, actually. We need to start managing this. So, Stroll's only 2 tenths, though. Only 2 tenths. We are still bang there as we go into the last corner. And now we will get DRS. It will overheat the tyres, but it could be a big move if we can make it happen. We go to the inside line. We can't get the move done, I don't think. We'll slow it down. Into the corner we go. Fighting the Red Bull hard. We cannot, at the moment, get past. Going a little bit, I mean, Pourchaire's struggling. He is on the hard tyre. Remember, everybody around him is on medium. So everyone else is going to go medium hards. And we're going to go hard medium. So Pourchaire's going to have the advantage later on in this race. We've got second out to Verstappen. Now, if we can get ahead and we can start pulling ahead, it looks like they are just starting to look after their tyres, the Red Bulls, a little bit more than we are. As we come down the straight, we can't get through at the moment. We're going to go back to standard just to cool off. Looking like we're getting some clean air as well. We're all over the back of this Red Bull. And that gap is around 1 second. It might pull this chasing pack closer to us if we stay behind, but we are going to probably give it a deploy down the straight, see if we can just maybe take DRS. Let's deploy. Can we get the job done? Into the final corners we go. That DRS will now open. The DRS will deploy, and we've gone to the left hand side, and we are back into the lead with Lance Stroll. So we can top that back up. We've managed to keep the 1.3 seconds. And let's have a look for an overtaking move. It's another Red Bull battle for the lead. Top speed. Very nice on the Williams. So we'll top up. We'll look after the tyres. And we are around... Well, we've used a couple more percentage than Perez. But 1.4 to Verstappen. I think he's looking after his tyres a lot better than we are. So it's going to be chopping and changing. Lap 8. We've got Pourchaire just a couple of attempts behind Russell as well. I mean, we can try and deploy here, see if we could make a move. But he's going to get DRS, but we are obviously tucked right behind him. We're going to move to the left-hand side, and it's just going to get blocked off by the Ferrari. So not this time. But Perez gets Stroll, though. Must have been down the straight with DRS yet again. So just 2 tenths. Still 1.6 back. We're going to still look after these tyres very nicely, with Pourchaire just a couple of tenths back from... And we're back in the lead. DRS. Again, taking effect. This is why our DRS we've been trying to improve as well. Goes to the right-hand side this time on Perez and makes a beautiful move up the inside. Well, outside, let's call it. Perez chasing us hard. We're still keeping with Pourchaire, though. I mean, I'm quite happy with this on the hards. Tyres, we're definitely starting to balance them back out now. But this is going to keep chopping and changing with Perez, you can guarantee that. So it is all systems go. And Stroll's just got back Perez. We're not going to show you the DRS move for the 4th time on the same. Pourchaire's just dropped 1.6 now, so he's starting to peel away as everyone starts to push. And they're all basically behind our man, Lance Stroll, who is used 5% more tyres than a lot of others, but still lapping okay. But it is absolutely chaos. Now, I'm not too bothered if Ocon comes past because we're on alternative strategies. Down the straight we go. That Red Bull already passed, and Verstappen's gaining and gaining and gaining here too. Hopefully we don't lose 2 positions in 1 lap, 1 corner and 1 straight. I think we are. I think Verstappen's going to potentially get us here. We try and squeeze him out. Red Bull. Oh, Red Bull just dominant at the minute. We're going to go back to neutral ERS with both cars. We've topped that up nicely. But we've just got to keep in line here. We don't have any rain in this race. So it's all literally systems go. So just got to keep trucking away. We're going to keep in DRS. Leclerc's bang there as well. 7 tenths at the moment. Red Bull go at each other, holding each other up actually, and we're going to get that gap back down to about 4/10 coming into turn 1. But if we can just keep in line, we are lapping considerably slower. I mean, our tyre management isn't great. I might just try and extend this out with a bit of light running. If we can deploy, we might be able to just close up at the same time, and then we can literally just sit in the DRS. We've closed up very nicely on light actually, because Perez has let Verstappen go at present. Down the straight we'll go. Can we get a move on Sergio? He gets DRS, but so do we. We move to the right hand side. We are going round the outside if we can hold it. Can we hold it? No, we can't. Nearly dropped Leclerc as well at this point. Again, just looking after tyres. Porsche looking after tyres. He's got Ocon ahead of him. Yellow flag. There's been a crash. It is not for us. Luckily. Luckily, again, it's not for us. It comes from Pierre Gasly and the Aston Martin. Turn 9. Oh, they just hit the back. They both end up running wide. It's not a massive crash at all. But yellow flags were out. So, coming down again. We are just going to go light again. We're going to extend this out because we are within DRS. Porsche. I mean, can we get Porsche past Ocon? Oh, he's going to try. He's not going to. Gasly gets a 5-second penalty. Leclerc now, just a 10th behind us. Is he going to make a move up the inside? Oh, Leclerc has. Just us looking after tyres. Trying to bring them back. Because look at the percentage usage. The question is, 40 laps too long to take hard tyres? Personally, I think it is. I think we've got to do a bit of managing here. But being in DRS is obviously absolutely going to help that if we can keep it. But George Russell might have other ideas. At the moment, we stick there. Let's just push the fuel, try and increase the time. And Porsche's got past Ocon. So good move down the straight there. And you can see Stroll just lapping quite slow. 18.3 compared to the 7 teams around him. That is because obviously we're looking after tyres. Just trying to extend this out. Don't think he's on the right strategy. I don't think these mediums are going to last. Stroll is losing out. We're going to attack 1 lap here. Russell pits. Now we've got to attack. We're going to come back for hards. He's trying to undercut us is Russell. We need Russell to have a pit stop issue. I don't think he has because he's already on his way out. Annoyingly. So he's already clear. Porsche's in P6 still. And what are we going to do with Stroll? What sort of pit stop? I mean, I imagine he's going to be overtopped by Russell. 3.3 improvement. Where is Russell? He is there. P12. And Porsche. And Stroll is out ahead. So Stroll does take ahead. Brilliant work by the crew. That is what we needed. We are going to push initially. Is Russell right behind us? And Russell does get past as we try and warm up the tyres. That's annoying. Because it would have been great to stay ahead of him there. We are going to push briefly. Keep ourselves within that DRS range. Porsche. And a few people pitting now. Few people pitting. We're going to go aggressive. Well, I'm not going to go aggressive. I'm going to stay as we are. I'm going to go neutral. We're in a mission on our own here. Let's use a bit of fuel. And where is Stroll? Stroll gets past Leclerc. And that is a big move. Now we are trying to catch this Ferrari of Russell. Not got the battle assist on. We're going to use a bit more than we like here. Obviously everyone pushes, remember, on their outlap. Or outlaps. Because you can see Russell's down at 94. He's done an extra lap compared to us. Porsche's still going to keep going though. Because he's going to keep going and going and going. And get on some mediums in a few laps time. Perez pits. And now can we... We just lost a bit of time. Perez has had a pit stop issue as well. That might help us get ahead of him with Stroll. Stroll does get ahead of him. And we're ahead of Verstappen as well. What happens is Verstappen just come out. He's on 97% hards. So we're going to just balance these tyres out. Porsche is in the lead. 10 seconds. 15, 16 seconds he's got. And he's just going to keep going at the moment. Just keep going on the fuel. Don't worry, we'll gain some back in a bit. Stroll, can he now get past the Ferrari? And Carlos Sainz has still got to pit here. So I think Red Bull must have had an issue. We gain all the time on the Ferrari. We can't get through. Just watching the tyres again. Porsche is out on his own. And these are gaining because they are pushing hard. What lap do we need? 23 laps. So we want to get... We can do more than that. We can do about... It's saying that we want to go to lap 36. And that is a long way to go on 42% tyres. That is not filling me with great confidence, if I'm honest. Porsche, time for some new mediums. He should be very quick. He's not got a lot of fuel. We'll have to gain that back. That is obviously key. But, I mean, it's only... He's going to drop down to about P11, P10. But everyone's on hards. He is going to be a lot quicker. Stroll's just in a purple first sector. No, it's Verstappen who's closing. Obviously, we've lost out in the meantime to the Ferraris, who are... Well, P2 and P3. Porsche comes in. Stroll, he's got Verstappen all over the back of him. And that's going to very quickly change because he's now going to go ahead of us. We push Porsche. Where's he going to come back out? Good stop again by the team. Happy with that. Magnussen goes past. Hamilton doesn't. Porsche P10. That's good. Good stint. And we are now on the mediums as well. Just to add to the fun. And we're going to have to try and close the gaps with him. We're going to move that back to standard straight away because we should lap quicker anyway. We've got Verstappen who should help us push along as the Ferraris do battle. Remember, we're only about 2 seconds off the lead here. And we are just going to try and look after tyres a little bit more because we've got Sainz holding everybody up behind us. And we're pulling in this DRS train. So another crash ahead of Porsche. Who is it? Virtual safety car. That helps all the tyres. That helps the fuel. Let's harvest up. DRS is disabled. And it's Russell. I knew the Ferraris might come together. They have. George Russell. Oh, he loses it by himself. And that is a big moment in this race. Because we can harvest everything up. We've got VSC. And, I mean, there is a 15-second gap. We could potentially get off these hards and put a set of mediums on for Stroll. But I'm gonna drop back to Albon. Oh, no, I haven't got new mediums anyway. It's only 3 tenths a lap quicker. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay where we are. Probably should have with Stroll, but I'm not going to lose position. I think that's key. We've got a nice gap at the moment. So VSC out. Porsche is going to help his mediums a lot in this race. So virtual safety car is about to end. VSC about to end here. And we're now going to start pushing on everything. Come on, boys. We are P3. We have got Verstappen ahead of us. DRS enabled. If we can get back into DRS straight away of Verstappen, that would be huge. We are obviously 3 tenths behind. He's going to get DRS too. This is really going to help Porsche's back fight through. And here we go. Into the final corners. We are going to queue up here behind Charles Leclerc. As we go down, we move to the right hand side. And no one's going to make a move, by the look of it, this lap. But exciting times. It's a three-way battle for the lead here in Imola on lap 41. And it involves us, which is fantastic because that's what we needed. So, can we get ahead? Porsche's in P7, just overtook Magnussen, DRS down the straight. We're going to look after our ERS here. And we are attacking on tyres. And here goes Max Verstappen and Leclerc. I mean, maybe these can have an accident too. They've already had Russell go off in front of them. You never know. And we are just sitting nicely. Let's go back to light while we chase these down. And we'll go back to aggressive on these ones. What I want to do is just sit within these. Look after the hard tyres because they're pushing. And we can then just maybe try and do a bit of an attack later on. So, Porsche moving into P6. Past Albon in the Aston Martin. Job done. DRS down the straight. Thank you very much. Now, these are pushing. We're going to just top up. We're going to look after fuel. We're going to do everything we can here to try and just manage out nicely. Because if we can keep within, we don't blitz our tyres, we could come back and have a last few laps of glory, maybe. But we're obviously losing the track a bit, but we'll gain back on the DRS. As now Verstappen really closing. Verstappen all over the back of the car ahead. Porsche just running nicely here. So how about this for a battle? As we come through on lap 50, it is three cars side by side pretty much as we race towards the last 10 laps-ish coming up in a few laps time. As Verstappen retakes the lead. Now look at the tyres. We are managing well. We've got loads of fuel left as well. And we are just watching this for all its glory as Leclerc comes back at the Red Bull down the straight. And they're all over the place as Leclerc takes back the lead. We're still just saving up here. We've got nearly a full power unit ERS system. Last lap though. Oh, another yellow flag. Oh, I thought it could have been for these. That would have been beautiful. Just to probably Bottas or something. Nope, Tsunoda ran wide, turn 15. So Stroll's sitting there, ready for a last few laps attack, I reckon. Because tyres, it's the only chance we've had of really looking after the tyres. Porsche's closing as well. And how about this? Lance Stroll looking after his tyres. I'm not going to show you the replay because we might not get the job done. He's coming back at us, is Max Verstappen. We've lost now 1.3 seconds against Mr. Leclerc. So we have got to try and close that gap. I mean, Verstappen might come back at us. It might be the unfortunate position that we overtook him on. But I think we're going to defend well, and we are. So can we now catch the rest of the field? We are going to push where we can. And at the minute, 1.7 seconds. I think Leclerc has bolted as it stands. But it was a bad lap for Verstappen who loses out. And we are now just trying to close the gap. We need to get Leclerc back in DRS. Let's attack through here. Let's deploy through here. We need to get him back because we're going to pull Max Verstappen with us as we go down the straight. And yes, look at this, 8 tenths now as we ride on board with Stroll, who gets closer. A yellow flag again, but that's quickly finished. It's De Vries running wide, and with about 7-8 laps to go, Porsche, is he catching the cars ahead? He is. Quite nicely as well, I must say, and he's not really pushing the tyres too much. He's just gradually getting closer. Here's Stroll though on the back of the Ferrari. We are aggressive on our tyres. We are looking for a move. We've dropped Verstappen by 1.2 seconds, and as we go around the final corner, we are now going to try and make a move on Charles Leclerc for the lead again. It is into the lead that we go. What we're going to do now is really just try and get a second. We're going to use our tyres. We're going to try, and remember, Porsche has got the fastest lap here. What is the gap? 1 second. We've pulled a second. You can see them in the background. We've pushed hard. Tyres we're going to have to look after again. Could this be our moment to get back-to-back victories and exert some pressure on the top teams? There we go, across the line. Fastest lap by Lance Stroll. And here we go with also Porsche. All happening ahead. We're going to just try and deploy here. See if we can get the McLaren of Ocon. P5 would be very nice. And I tell you what, Perez would be nice as too. Yellow flag again out there. What is that for? Tsunoda's spun. Alright, Tsunoda, you have to be part of this race somehow, didn't you? Can we get Ocon in the McLaren, who's on hard tyres? These mediums are running a little bit short, a little bit tight, into the final corners. And I tell you what, that's a brilliant move. We are into P5. We are pushing the hard tyres. We've gained a nice gap. Round the outside, we're going to go on the Red Bull. Porsche! What a man! Into P4. Let's watch this again. The fantastic moves of Imola. And through turn 4, we hang it out. We're up to P1 and P4. And now we're going to start looking after tyres. Because that is still pretty nasty. Let's push. We're still pushing though. Intervals 8/10 to Perez. We've dropped him by. If we can get a second at this last corner. Oh, it is a second. Don't know if it's enough though. We're going to go back to top up. Leclerc fighting Verstappen again, out in second and third. These two going at each other. Are they starting to push? Maybe. But with only 4 laps to go, they're running out of time to catch Lance Stroll, who is in the lead again. We are lapping 1.2 seconds quicker with Porsche. We're not going to catch the cars ahead, I don't think, unless we go attacking. That we could, but we might burn through. It is 7.6. Through the last lap, let's take a look at the last lap times. As we go across, it's a 16.3, it's a 16.5 and a 17 for Leclerc. Porsche, 16.3 as well, so matching Stroll. And again, 7/10 up. Is Verstappen gonna close us down though? That is going to be key. I mean, or can we just take victory? Perez has got us again though. That's annoying. We were trying to just hold out on the tyres. But Perez has got back into P4. We're going to stick with him though. Verstappen trying to get rid of Leclerc. And Porsche now right back behind. I mean, tyres are struggling. We are about to have 2 laps to go. Mediums was a risk. Helped by the VSC though, that is for sure. And as we go down, it is going to be a move past the Red Bull into P4. P1, P4 are absolutely stunning drives if we can get it. Still 4.2 out front. And Perez has to sit there quietly. Now, I think with 1 lap to go, we give it the full beans and we attack. We've got to just converse on the fuel. But we'll go aggressive just to keep the pace up. And this is going to come down to the last lap. This could decide P4 and P5 here. If Perez gets us on the straight, I think that could be it for P4 and P5. 6/10 we've got it out to. Just over 7. That might be enough, you know. But we are going to struggle on the mediums. Let's watch on board with Perez as Leclerc fights the Red Bull of Verstappen. Will he get desperate? Will he force him into a mistake? What was it saying? I won't be able to finish if you keep up bringing on the fuel. Oh, crap. Oh, no. No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, team. Make sure I've got enough fuel, please. We do this every race. Please, let's see that fuel drop down. Yes, come on. Oh, wow. But we're going to do it back to back, boys and girls. Lance Stroll, get in. We've taken back-to-back wins. And out of the final corner, Perez is coming at us. Let's watch the winner though. Oh, we're going to get that. Fine. The crowd go wild. Yes! Lance Stroll. Back-to-back. We are flying. We are now got the materials to battle the Red Bull. Porsche coming home, a beautiful P4 position as well. Incredible from Williams. We are back to the front. Get in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finally it's coming. As we do get the win. This team that has overcome some challenges in its career is risen again to the glory days. And Williams are now up there taking P1 and P4 back to back. Wins for Stroll. Absolutely brilliant. And it was fastest lap for Stroll as well, taking another extra point. Whew, we managed that. Perfect. It is. Big points. 26 for Stroll, 12 for Theo, 38 points again. Mercedes only managing a 9th place, with Aston Martin only managing a 7th. George Russell retired. Fernando down in P14. In the Constructors, well, let's go through drivers first. Stroll up to 3rd. We are in pursuit of Leclerc, with Theo now into the top 10. Williams, move up to third. That is our target, so that is big as we move ahead of Aston Martin, taking a 32-point swing. And again, we make ground on Ferrari. Fastest lap in terms of pit stop, not fastest lap. We don't get any points, but that pit time is increasing as you can, well, better. 3.3 and 3.5. That is a lot better for us. What a weekend. Third, first and first for Lance Stroll. Pole to victory in the end, with Theo Pourchaire taking a fourth. A very consistent, and now reaping the rewards of our decision to stick with him. What a performance by both drivers. That is stunning. We get some refurbishments done, and that moves us on to what will be our next race. It comes from Monaco in round 7. We've got a fair few parts that are looking a little bit weary, so we'll just replace some of them and we'll see if we need to make some more. Front wing, rear wing and suspension all needing replacements, but after some refurbishments we're on 5 million now. We do need to just, and I think it's a shutdown, yeah, factory we need to refurb. That is the big one because we're only at 80% effectiveness. But thank you for joining me. Round 7 coming up for Monaco. 2 races, 2 wins in a row. Absolutely superb by Stroll and Fiat.